The Dialogue.
This is an LMDI production.
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 All right, from Zowienta in Bong County, this concessional area of Bong, the dialogue is beginning. Thank you. Zowienta, in the horn of Bong County today comes the dialogue across Liberia and the world. Before we begin, all of us, let's stand up together so we can sing the national anthem. If you don't know it, just say Yeah, all right, we enjoy it together. Thank you. On the dialogue, let's sing it together. Liberia, this love. Thank you. All right, today from Zowienta, two people here, two peoples. Manu and Pele people. Very interesting location. We are glad to come to this very rich place, rich in culture, in dialects and all. And it's a very big opportunity to see you. On the dialogue, Zowienta today. Thank you. All right, so this morning, being happy to be here, we can't do anything without being welcome to town. We have to be welcomed to town by the town owner. That's the only way we begin to work. The Honorable Henry K. Va is our mayor of Zowienta. May you welcome us to Zowienta. Thank you. On the dialogue today.
The dialogue.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, first and foremost, I recognize our honorary man. Anytime something here, whether bad or good, always identify himself with us. From there, I recognize our commissioner, Honorable Bong. I recognize our Grand Chief, Honorable Kokwali. I recognize all my Jewish chiefs that are present here today. And more beside, I recognize Honorable John O. Kwali. This is the first of a kind for him to have come here and his team. You are already recognized. All of you that have come, I will not waste any time. I recognize Video Kwali and other people that have come to make the program the successful one. Thank you for coming. All of you, the ladies, our men, all of you are recognized. We salute you both. You are most welcome. Thank you for coming. God bless us.
Thank you, Mayor. So Mama Briggs Mensa says she's coming. We hope she will meet us here. But we will drag it small so she can meet us, yeah? She's very important to this work. because she actually is chairing the legislative caucus now, her deputy there. Thank you, Mayor, for responding, for welcoming us to this great town, Zowienta, in Bong County. You're from Nimba or you're from Bong? You're just dividing the thing. You're on the border? You're Bong, innit? That's very good. But you're on the border, some people feel so. Some people so. All right, now, what we want to do is to listen to you. Now, what do you know Mita is supposed to do for you? Not what they're doing for you. What you know they're supposed to do? Anybody? Yes. Don't worry. Yeah, right there. Anywhere you see Ma, you take it. Oh, we got them plenty.
The dialogue.
This is an LMDI production.
Anyway, I'm Joseph Wagakpati, the youth president of Zowienta. What I know that Meta still supposed to be doing for us is this. Asla Meta should be offering a scholarship to the citizens in this place.
Should be offering scholarship.
Scholarship to the 3 counties. Nimba, Bong, and that of Grand Bassa. Nimba, Asla Meta have to open a job facility to benefit the citizens of this area. When I'm saying the area, the 3 counties, Asla Meta told us from the previous stage that the access road that is connecting to the track should be well prepared, well graded. But since then, we can't see them.
Who told you all they want?
We are in the know.
How you know?
Or we want a meeting, we've been hosting a meeting with them.
Okay.
So that there we get to know that they're supposed to be doing such a thing.
Right.
All right. And Asla Meta have to build a vocational training center for where they have a concession area in the rural area. But yet then they are not been doing that. And the 20% every year we're supposed to receive it as a beneficiary. We are here. We are the one that have been mostly affected. More especially, they take rock from Green Hill Quarry, where when they try about blasting, it spoils our crops and destroy and even spoil some of the horses that we have. So we are not still benefiting from that. They will come and do the survey. When the survey falls into the concession area, we cannot get the benefit. When we give information so that we as a federal community should gain something from there, we cannot get. Just quite recently, they put up a vacancy that at least people should go and apply. But just imagine, what we overheard, more than 50 and 75% took that, what you call, they applied. But unfortunately, only 5% were able to come from this place. And where we have been, most of the affected community, where they can be able to open a vocational training center to train us so that we can remain there to work in the entity. But however, they have not done it. We are being affected in that way.
More to talk. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Good points. Next person. Yes, woman.
The dialogue.
Hello, everybody.
Yes.
My name is Ms. Denise Cooper from Ethiopia. What we expect Asla Meta to do, in addition to what my brothers just said, they need to empower the youth. They need to get a job. Okay. Actually, when entrepreneurs are even here, nobody, no woman of their time could even get a job in Green Hill Quarry. And which is wrong. For this time coming around, because Asla Meta signed 25-year contract, and they have gone 15 years now. The balance 10 years remaining. If they were still in Liberia, they should employ the bulk of the women and the boys, girls, and things in this place to empower them. Nobody will come from anywhere to work here. Other than that, if they do that, we'll run them out of Liberia. Thank you.
Yes, your time. From that woman, we'll take 2 more people and proceed to the next level. Move to the next level. Yeah.
This is P. Melvin Joker. What we expect for Asla Meta to be doing in our districts, starting from the borderline from Nima to Bassa, is number one. To see to it, the death race that is taking place within the breaches for Nima, the life that I lost between Nima and Bong is not just easy. When other miners go way down, they can observe still boom, a motorbike, life being lost there. Then when you go down to Bong and Grand Brisa, you will also find Bong's motorbike life lost on a daily basis. And the people, when they came, we all heard in the 70s that they are mining in this country so they can protect life and properties within our environment. But according to my analysis, they only came to mine for their own personal gain. They don't care for us. The road from the boundary of District Number 1 from Nima to Grand Bassa, the road have been in a deplorable condition, no repair. And at the end, people die on a daily basis. No free movement. Number 2, our environment, the children that need to go for training so that they can come and be part of the workers in Bong and Nima, between that, to be our Bong country's children that are working, that were supposed to be working, and actually prove to the people that, yes, from Bong to Nima, we gave the free way to the people so that we all can benefit. We are not benefiting because no job facility. They are not giving any scholarship, no scholarship for the children to leave the place and go elsewhere and learn and become excavator driver and even become a blind manager. You think we can be a manager in the place here?
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. All right.
The dialogue.
This is an LMDI production.
Medicine is supposed to do something for us.
Mm-hmm. What is that?
When you travel with a train track, they are not repairing it. All the wood that they're supposed to hold that iron, everything is rotting. And it was not like that before. And sometimes some of us can cross the road to go on our various places, cross the road to go to work. But when you see the road, when the train is moving, it can be whopping. So tell me, when you're making money out of country like that, when you are not doing anything good, will we benefit it? It's hurting our feeling. I passed there yesterday, I saw it. I stood up for long, I said, Lamco did well. But what medicine is doing like this, and they're getting money from here, why not they put themselves to work and face this role? When they face the role, they are benefiting it. And our children, when they are going to school, so now some of them, when they see the train coming, they're telling us that they should not go closer to the train track because they know anytime that train can make accident. And our brothers and sisters' lives are getting lost from us. So medicine is supposed to put themselves to work and face this rule, or else Liberian children will suffer a lot.
All right. Hello. Now our man here, oh, Mayor, let's hear you quickly.
The dialogue.
Thank you very much.
Come closer to the team, man.
As that matter, Lambo was 100 times better than as that matter.
Okay.
Look in Zowienta, nowhere, no water. Go to quarry. You see quarry there, no company there. Go to quarry. Our children, look, where all the people can pass through to go from very farm to the other side. Nothing. If you check I challenge it, you check that road. Everything's poor. Plenty poor dying. That tree is heading us. It's heading our ears. That damage for us. Our children, when we're born, it can't be correct. It cover Azra Meda. But during Lambo time, it was not so. We pregnant women, they deliver safely without doing some. It's not correct for us. It's not correct for us. All right. The next thing is not talking about water. Check in Zowienta. We went to Zowienta. You go around Zowienta. I'm going to work and drink. No hand pump. They wouldn't import Just imagine they feel they came and lied to us. They said our children should go. Oh, what? 50% or 100% from Zowienta. They went into the test. They passed. They wouldn't say that our own people. Just imagine what I wouldn't go for the kid. All that men are doing nothing for us. All that men are doing nothing for us. They wouldn't care for our girlfriend. They're doing nothing for us. So I want to tell you, the twin towers should be reconditioned. The twin towers should be reconditioned. The twin towers are not reconditioned. I tell you, more than 4 or 5 persons die. Stop. Every day twin delay because of Asla Meda. Sometimes if you understood, sorry, I'm saying it. We heard about 20%. It was caused by Honorary Hill. All the representatives have been here. Senator, we are not heard anything about 20%. I'll be very frank with you. So I want our town, this is the headquarters town. We should have water. They're drinking what kind of water? Mineral water. Then we're drinking dirty water. What other matter? Go to quarry. Go and see quarry. Go and see Lango. The tree can come and hit our cars. Spot it. They just pour in Wawa. They go bury it. Then they talk with people. So I want to tell our recommend Zowienta should be or Zowienta should have water system, pump. But if you go in Zowienta, you not find a pump there.
Thank you. Now, all that you said, we can understand some that feeling. The civilized world does not work on feelings. The civilized world works on documentation. Some of the things you mentioned, Asila does not owe you them. You hear me? They don't owe you some of them. No. I'm not going to come here and live by and think the way you think. No. My job in this country is to tell people the fact and nothing but the fact. Not because I see you face here, I agree with you. No, I don't do it that way. All concessions around the world are gathered, meant, and instituted by agreements called development agreement. And the law holds you when you sign the paper that it will go by, right? Mittal did what they call a Mineral Development Agreement, MDA. That is the agreement between the government you elected, and Mittal. So the benchmarks are there. You're supposed to cross, so you're not supposed to cross here. Now, those who know about that are not you and me. That's why we make sure we call them. What is inside? What do they know that the government put there? They are the authority on this. The National Bureau of Concessions is a group monitoring, working side by side, and understanding what is in there, that Mittal, that China Union, that John Colley and Company are supposed to provide. That is why we call this man. So the people who will tell us what's inside the agreement that they were supposed to do, so you can remember. We came to educate you so you can use it as a yardstick. So we can't be talking like we don't know what we're doing. So we call in the NBC people and let people educate us. We call in the Deputy Chief for Concession. He's Nathaniel Briswell Jr., the national government people on that. They know what the government put there that Mittal is supposed to do for you. When they finish with that, then we can call you Paramount Chief now, Clan Chief, that had to think and walk. Yeah? Come, Bossman Briswell. Inform these people on what Mittal is supposed to do for them. Thank you.
The dialogue.
This is an LMDI production.
My fellow citizens of Pine District, I bring you greetings from His Excellency President George Manneh Weah and the government and people of Liberia. Honorable Hill, our elders, chiefs, the Honorable City Mayor, who is the landlord of Zowienta. Now, in the last few minutes, I listened to our mothers, brothers, and father with a lot of issues that have been burning in your minds over the period. So, the National Bureau of Concessions came into being in 2010, September of 2010. And part of the reasons why the National Bureau of Concessions came into establishment, was based on advice from our international community coming out of what we have today. Liberians have been concerned, not that because they want to complain, but Liberians have been concerned, which is the legitimate right. They want to know these natural resources that are taken away or extracted from our country, or even land that are given out, be it in the agriculture area, agriculture sector. What coming out of that for citizens? So the international community advised the government under it HIPAA completion, the heavily indebted poor countries initiative. Say, look, you cannot be awarding concessions to multilateral institutions, investors, and your citizens are complaining. The reason they're complaining, people feel that only in Monrovia, the dividend is going. Signature bonuses. For every time the National Legislature ratify a concession agreement, there's a signature bonus. Government takes that money and either increase civil servant salary, deal with issues affecting education, talk about roads development. So the international partners say we need somebody who can look after these agreements. That is the concern you're raising now. So part of the agreement says ArcelorMittal is operating in Nima County, specifically Yekepa, where Lamco used to be. I'm sure you remember a couple of years back, we all had people working in Lamco, right? Say, my father used to work in Lamco. Other people, today, people can be beating their chests. My father used to work in Lamco. That Lamco, Yekepa you used to hear about, or always hear about, is today called ArcelorMittal. Okay? So, they took over the very asset that Lamco inherited, or Lamco had. So, they inherited Lamco asset. Fast forward, the agreement says that over the period, Bong County will benefit $500,000. We all know what $500,000 is, right? Annually, $500,000. So your concern now is that money. What is happening with that money? That's your concern, right? So the lawmaker here, Honorable Hill, and the chairman on the legislative caucus for Bong County, Honorable Memma Brice Menza, who is on her way, will come and help us to talk about how that particular fund annually or yearly is spent. But besides that fund, because I didn't hear anybody talking about that, so I just wanted to recap. She will come and explain to you what the county normally would do with that money. But if you know and you have an issue, talk about it, then we'll clarify further. Okay? Part of the agreement also say that ArcelorMittal will build schools to where government don't have schools. Get me clear. ArcelorMittal will build schools to where there aren't existing schools of government, or where government have schools. But where government have schools, ArcelorMittal will also help to finance activities of that school. Huh? Yeah. In terms of rehabilitation, will help teachers in terms of recruiting qualified teachers to educate my friends that are sitting here, the children of our mothers, and will also bring in a vocational training institute for our mothers. You heard the youth chair person talking, Brother Joseph Yekpeli, right? Talking about the vocational training center. That's one aspect. Another aspect is ArcelorMittal is supposed to renovate or reconstruct the rail. I heard the Lord Mayor of the city talking about how deplorable the rail is. And for God in heaven's sake, my people, ArcelorMittal have been operating 15 years now. They can't tell me the issue about this rail is something that we should continue talking about. It's not safe for them. It's not safe for the community right close to the rail. It's not safe for the people who crossing the rail every night. And the students, we are concerned about the students. In fact, there should be safety measures put on the road to direct our students, our sisters, brothers, kids, how to cross. Those are safety measures. All of these things are part of the agreement. Okay? They talk about the environmental impact assessment and studies of the environment. You're talking about no safe drinking water. That's an environmental issue because it concerns health. People are dying. So what we having today and what we are experiencing currently is as a result of fatigue. You fed up. You keep hearing the same old story and expecting to get different results, but you can't get it. But the same old story. So it's as a result of fatigue. But I plead with you. This government, under President George Manuel Weah, inherited all, and I want to emphasize in bold letter, ALL, all the concessions agreement you have today. All. And I say all because what we are experiencing now is a burden for the government. You heard before, it says 66 concessions were signed, or 68 were signed by the government of Liberia. Some were renegotiated, like what we have with ArcelorMittal. It came out of Lamco, and then ArcelorMittal were renegotiated. So the fatigue is pressing the government. As a result, people are demonstrating, people blocking the roads because other people feel that they have not been heard or not being heard. The company, on the other hand, believe that somewhere down the line, government is under obligation to do certain things. Government is not doing those things. The third and most significant thing is that iron ore and other resources that are extracted and shipped out of the country, the price of those things on the world market have reduced. So the National Bureau of Concession, every time we come on a field to ensure that the company complies with the terms and conditions as stated in the agreement, the company brings out a couple of issues. I just understand that there's a current health center being built in this district now as a result of Representative Hill's intervention and his people. You mean 10 years ago, you now building a health center after many years of torture our people have been going through. So the short of the long story is, this government is concerned, but we have to take our time in how we handle these things. So when we go around, as we hear these things, we take note and try to make that representation for you to the the office of the president, so that these things are highlighted during the review process. As you talk about these things, we are taking note. This current review process, NIMBA lawmaker, Bong County lawmaker, Grand Bassa lawmaker, and the government in general, taking all of these concerns into serious consideration with ArcelorMittal. Okay? And we can assure you, before this particular third amendment is concluded, most of these issues will be handled in the agreement, and there will be timelines for deliverables to these things, that you must do this thing at the end of this time. The National Bureau of Concession will ensure that we follow up on these things as we're doing now. We will have Mr. Colley follow up along the way, because you see, the media play a pivotal role in these things. These town hall meetings, they are very important. The international community watching that the concerns being raised by you people to the government, whether the government taking it into consideration. And I assure you, on behalf of the president, that these things are being taken into serious consideration. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. All right. You will give me money eating to come here, that free. That fee oil burning to come here. The radio will pay them, they're not free. Thousands of dollars. You're enjoy there. Briswell, you're ready to give money for that kind of work? You can't give money, then you can't talk about. The man will follow up. How will follow you? That water I put in the car? All the men are eating the air, they live it on. The dialogue indeed from Zowienta today is taking a break to be back.
The dialogue.
This is an LMDI production.
Each one shout, each one yes. Each one shout, each one yes.
Have you heard about the Literate Liberia movement?
What is it all about, John?
Literate Liberia movement is a grassroots initiative intended to make every Liberian know how to read and write. Every literate Liberian must take it as a moral obligation and a civic duty to teach at least one illiterate Liberian to read and write. Remember that by teaching someone how to read and write, you are helping to develop your country.
Thank you very much, John, for this very important information. I am going to be a part of this Literate Liberia movement today by teaching someone how to read and write.
Each one teach one. Help lift Liberia by teaching at least one Liberian to read and write free of charge.
Each one shall teach one, yes. Each one shall teach one, yes.
The dialogue.
This is an LMDI production.
We are back. On this trip, we are supported by the USAID through their media activity called LMA, Liberia Media Activity. And they work through INTERNEWS. We are the Liberia Media for Democratic Initiatives, LMDI. All right. Don't worry, my man Hill will talk. That the biggest man with big stomach. So he's swallowing many things. And he will respond to all this at the end of this program. Now, keep the peace. I hear people say we'll drive them. You know, in America, when the civil rights movement was on, there were many people involved in making black people known and to work. Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X, they believed in violence. Martin Luther was the guy who brought the Mahatma Gandhi story. I will walk for peace. You know what Mahatma Gandhi did in India? That way in Mokanya, you're supposed to pay us so you can learn these things. Not us paying you. People that pay school fee to learn. Teacher don't pay people. Now, Martin Luther King has a holiday in America. Black man. For white people to decide to give you holiday in their country. The people who don't believe in holiday business, they like working like hell. They got to be taking that man seriously. But the reason they took Martin Luther King, he's the most remembered civil rights leader in America, because he told the people, touch foes with soul force. Don't fight. And he said, let's march for peace. Let's not fight. That peaceful thing that they want to change America today. And Martin Luther told them, he said, look, time coming. Those days, black children and white children can't sit on one chair. No way. He said, time coming. My children will not be judged by their look. That's why I asked my little brother, what are you going to school? All they know is you're making that for nothing if you don't learn. I'm not going to come just take anybody and say, come on, eating. They meant that trade he learned so. I'm not able. That my own are doing so. So as you preach for jobs, you must make yourselves available to learn. Those people not going to grab anybody here to put on the train to ride. You got to learn how to ride the train. Your young people got to be willing to learn and to make it peacefully. So we want to advise you now. You are right. I went to Yekepa. I was telling Hill that. My people, 15 years, and my sister said it. 15 years. That 25-year agreement the people signed. 15 of, it mean they come and go. If Hill then don't agree to their other money, what they talking about? They're asking for $800 million more. To add on, meaning they're asking for more years. Hill will tell you that one. Nanami, I don't know about it. They're asking for more time, but if they don't get that time, it means they're 25 years or more finished. The Yekepa, and I like what you said, he underlined the word A-L-L, all. You know why we're blaming Joe we have for all the hard time in this country? Or you think that he created it? No. We've been here almost 200 years. That the man who became president says, yeah, go, he calls it. But when you take over, now you trouble. We don't care. You the one say you want it. Nobody force a man to run. They force you we had to run here. All our trouble you will take it. It's the same thing with Mital. No excuse. We got to fix it. We don't care. Mital inherited A-L-L underlined. All assets for the purpose of revitalization. To fix it and work there. You don't want to take over. First say you work there. 15 years you here, you can't get the people water to drink. Then you importing millions of bottles of Aqua Life water. That it makes sense? If you don't get money, why are you importing bottles of water that are more expensive than starting the plant? There's a water plant that was built in Yekepa. It's there by Lamco. You buy Lamco own the Kim and Met Forest. You buy the left some old houses for you. Why are you running away from fixing the water? My man, you're sitting down there, you Brazil. You're sitting down over there and allowing people to import bottles of water. You able to supply these people your bottle of water? Open the water company, let the water roll for everybody. Bring the player to deal where him bring 1,000 US for hand pump. The hand pump at 350 to billion or about 1,900. Meter not able to put 20 where in the town here. My man, you do something, man. Look, these people must do. Look at Yekepa. Who went there? He said went there. All the houses in the bush. Then guess what? They bring in containers. Even they said the only reason why they bring in container because the Indian people, the white people they bring in not staying here for long. You able to live in container for 1 year? They must stop. They must. Joe, we ain't get choice. He said he won't be our president. We'll put all on him. The fact is things must change. We want to now listen to that what we say way for us. They think that good talk. Let's do it in a way so the people can say they go plan to cause us. We're not causing nobody. We'll do it chronologically. So they say, you can be cussing, but it sounds like an cause. And you know that one? You can say some yes, but I know. Now let me tell you why people respect what we do in this country. All the things we say about ArcelorMittal, it will not be fair. We call now, they were very with me in the last one. Or do I really care? God now help me apart 50, I really care now? I don't care. I got to die anyway. We went to Yekepa where they don't have water for the people. We're talking, it made them very. Maybe that what they can, but that's their business. We are here. But we can't do it and don't give them the right to say their side. Huh? They have the right to their side. Before our leaders speak, we want to listen to ArcelorMittal. What they say about all the things you're talking. Sit down and watch them. Bear patience. Then from there, our leader will start with commissioner, we'll go to deputy, and then the chair. Then we'll close this program before we go to Monrovia tonight. So watch Vani Kiazulu. Whether they hear, they're not here. The machine getting here. They're forced to talk. Watch him as he tells you what they say they're doing for you.
The dialogue.
This is an LMDI production.
Let me be frank here. No company, no construction around the world is 100% in anything that's happening. Things happen progressively. I was speaking to my boss man the other day about renovation. He openly told me that right now, based on the arrangement with the legislators and other people, they now got bid tenders out there looking for contractors. They've received some contractors that will be coming sooner or later to start to do some additional renovation. So it's a process. We just want to let people know that these things, as we go on, renovation and other things are a continual process. He talked about employment. Employment, like you said, only cutting bush and this thing for local people is not all I think local people deserve. I think they deserve more than that. But what they deserve above that, in a technical time and this time of ours, also requires the technical know-how. And that's one reason why we have the VDC here. That's one reason why we are concurrently doing what we call the bulk recruitment of young people from 12th grade. The minimum qualification to participate in the bulk recruitment is grade 12. You can have college degree, people from grade 12 to recruit young people that will be trained for a period of 2 years or more that will participate in the process when the processing plant is complete, that will be able to work in that place because we need Liberians to do it. So that's why currently we've been to almost everywhere in Nimba. We've been to Grand Bassa. Right now, we are in Bong. We will be completing that process. So that process is intended to give young people the required skill to be able to go to that processing plant when it is built and work. So that's why it is here. That's why we are doing that right now. So yes, we are in the business of education. And as we are moving forward, in the coming few months, we will be launching a local scholarship program in addition to the foreign scholarship program for Liberians, students in high schools and other places in our concession. So I just wanted to make a clarity.
All right. That's why you heard Vani Kiazulu saying that. But we want to ask them to give the people water to after 15 years, they just coming to make, then the legislator they agree, they coming to make agreement now to face the house. They will face the house. Y'all get 25 years, 15 gone. So people be living in tents. Those are all things we must disagree with. You know, we all now working and we just keep blaming each other. When one man take power, we join that one as though it's different from us. Any leader we produce, sheep does not born goat. A goat can born goat. The people in power now are from this society. They are not from America. The behavior they get there, that's our behavior. That's true. So we heard you. And so now we want to hear our leaders. I understand the Hills has tried his best a little bit with the Mita Steel thing. He let you know what your percentage is, what you're supposed to get. Want to just listen to the Honorable Albert Hills as he speaks to us about what he knows, what he has done, what he wants to do about more benefits to you. Thank you very much, sir.
The dialogue.
This is an LMDI production.
Let me say hello to every one of us. You spoke of the 20%, 80%. And it's good that we are all here because people have had some misinterpretation of how the 20% is being used, how the 80% is being used. People took different information in the different communities. And so when we are together today, I'm so happy and proud that we are here today so that we understand details of how some of these things work. One of the things that we face problem with, like they said, Metal Steel, on a royalty basis, they should have constructed 20 pumps, 30 pumps. You know, some of those things that the people felt that it should just be implied, but was not written. And they believe that you should know that it should exist. These are some of the difficulties we, the leader, we're facing. People felt that you should understand this, that when you are operating there, it should exist. And it was not included in the MDA, but that mutual understanding it should exist. And today people are using it as a law. So now anything you tell them, they say, but we have to look in the MDA and to see whether some of these things exist. We have been making a case like somebody said about the Bong gate. Yes, the safety of our people, they are our concern. I have written plenary, and even they invited them to plenary, and they were instructed to construct a Bong gate to, I think, 3 or 4 areas in the district here. And they did not. We also make the case. When it comes to your money, because the money belongs to you, and thank God the decision of the uses of the social development fund comes from the bottom to the top. It's no longer coming from the top to the bottom, but it's coming now from the bottom to the top. Now, the 20%, I will start from the lowest to. Okay, being you are the one directly being affected in Bong County. You are the one that hosting Metal Steel in Bong County. It is because of you, Metal Steel is giving $500,000, that is 500,000 to this county. So the agreement laid down 20, they say at least 20% should be used in the affected community. And when we took over to enable you to make decision of your 20%, we decided that there was an understanding between the executive and the legislature where we came up with a guideline in the uses of the 20%. That allowed the 20% to remain with Asla Metal. It no longer comes to the county. The first time the money was given, the 20%, there was $142,280 US that left with metal steel. And where we came to our people, we discussed as to what they want to do with their money. And in conclusion, we decided building a clinic. Like somebody just thought that maybe that metal steel based upon law or royalty, the building clinic. No, it is within the 20%. Okay, so that 142,000, we have 4 administrative districts in this electoral district. And besides that, we have quarry, where they are mining or they are doing the cross rock. Okay, so how we did the distribution of the money, we took 10% there for Green Hill Quarry. We lay aside. And now the 90% on the 4 administrative districts, it went 22.5%. 22.5. So Bar took 22.5%, Branson took 22.5%, Tokadi took 22.5%, and Kokoya took 22.5% because they are all areas that the train plow through to go, with the exception of Corey, where we allocated 10% of the money there. So you will realize since Corey is in Bar district, you realize Bar percentage grew from 22.5% to 32.5%. And that is why you will always hear that Bar is receiving more than the other administrative district. And as I think I just told you, like the other law that we expected to be in place, only in law is in place, it's not written, but we expect you to know it. That one, the people can argue on it, they say, why we not wrote it, they don't want to do it. Like the road, you will be surprised that this road is not in a private MDA. They road. This road, somebody was just saying about metal steam will go to Zowienta road, but we are saying the main road. The main road started the railroad. I have argued with them seriously. The main road is not in the current MDA that they are working on. The main road, anything you know about it? Then here, they don't want to get a contract. The main road from Yete Park all the way Buchanan, the road outside the train track, is not in the MDA. You know the railroad there, but the road outside the train track is not in the MDA. These are things that those who pass on that MDA, they expected this thing to be in plan. That your own road. So they felt that if they don't put it there, you should have conscience to do it. But now they are resting on that. One time I communicated with them and said, but certain areas spoil. They say about the NDA, they not say that, but we'll look at when we think it's spoiled, then we'll face it. So somebody will just say they will go to Zowienta Road. So there's new MDA that was just sent back. Why will come into the amendment? The amended MDA. We put a road there. You understand it? We put the road there that it should be mandatory. It should not be by an appeal. It should be mandatory for them to do the road. We put the road there, and we requested that the road should be done every year. So as the way he just told you, there's a law between the government of Liberia and the company. So now that because a lawmaker, the thing that are in the law, you can just make me and just force it to happen overnight. So we try to put that one that we put a road there. Even they said they wanted to own Buchanan put there. We said no. These are areas that are contributing to our national budget. We can give it to you. Even the train tried, they said they want own it. We said no. So these are there are a lot of things that you saw. We have to send the MDA, the amended one. We send it to the executive. We say, Mr. Executive, what you agree on, we agree on it. We don't want the people giving us a hard time. We don't want something from the people. What you agree on, you send it to her to pass on it. We agree on it. We put it one that we put it one that we put it one that. Go back and tell them that we put it one that we put it one that. When they agree, you send it, then we'll pass on it. There where we are. Thank you.
All right, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you, Honorable. Are we together? I got one clue for you, sir. I understand that MNG Gold operates in Bong County without a mineral development agreement. That is wrong. You know why? An MOU is different from an MDA. An MOU is what you and myself sit down and agree on. An MDA is the national government and concession agreement that takes into account professionalism. It brings technicians on board that know the value of how much gold MNG will take from Bong. An MOU does not, because it's the feeling of Moiman Bricks and MN Go. It's the feeling of Moy and MN Go. It's the feeling of Hills and MN Go. And MDA is the nation. More people got more sense than two. You hear me? You change that thing, Moima. It must be changed. It's not fair. You can't put these things inside the MOU because you don't even know the value of the gold that people are getting out of the place. The MDA will determine how many ounces of gold are in that region. They will say in 5 years how much you dig every year if we are serious people. How much you make, that's what you should be doing. And then you figure out what goes for their profit, what goes for development, all like that. And then more you know. We just imagine there's gold and the people just looting. I hear they're carrying solid gold from beer. Look, what is wrong with us? You're talking that thing that blah, that blah. By the time they make you big man, you allow the mountain to go. You. I'm very sure. I'm not even sure you're not the most corrupt man in this town. What is wrong with us is us. And ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you from the rest of the team made of Eric Johnny, Bonga Falitamba, Ken Swen, Jala Kenneth, our mechanic, Aliu Donzo, our driver, Wiggy. I want to thank all of you. I'm John Colley. Goodbye.
The dialogue.
This is an LMDI production.
The dialogue.
Radio